How's it going, guys? So it has been a busy day in the baseball world, and today I'm going to break down a couple notable signings and trades in today's video. And as always, if you guys can, please like and subscribe. Anyway, let's get into the video. Alright, so the first trade that I'm going to talk about today is the Los Angeles Dodgers trading southpaw reliever Adam Kolarek to the Oakland A's in exchange for two prospects. So the A's received Adam Kolarek and the Dodgers' 29th overall prospect, Cody Thomas. Kolarek is 32 years old and has a career at 3.32 earned run average. What made Kolarek appealing to many teams was that he was an elite lefty specialist, with the new rules in 2020 stating that a pitcher must face at least 3 hitters before he can be pulled from the game made his value go down. However, last season he appeared in 20 games and had a 0.95 earned run average, en route to the Dodgers winning the World Series title. With the A's already having lost Liam Hendriks, Joaquim Soria, and possibly Yusmeiro Petit, acquiring another pitcher was a must. Overall, Kolarek should be pretty solid in the A's bullpen. Also heading to the A's is outfielder Cody Thomas. Thomas was originally ranked as the 29th best prospect in the Dodgers system by MLB Pipeline. Thomas now ranks as the 20th best prospect in the A's system. He is 26 years old and was a 13th-round pick in 2016 out of Oklahoma. A fun fact about him is actually he was the backup quarterback to the number 1 overall draft pick Baker Mayfield in his time at Oklahoma. Thomas is a very solid 4th outfielder type, with his best tools being his power and arm. All throughout his minor league career, his power has carried him to AAA. With the Dodgers having a logjam of outfielders, it did not make sense for Thomas to be blocked by others. Provided that he does well in spring training, Thomas could make the team as a bench bat. Overall, I think this is a very solid trade for the A's, who fill 2 needs in a reliever and an outfielder. Heading back to the Dodgers is A's number 5 overall prospect, Sheldon Neuse, and 28th prospect, Gus Varland. In Neuse, who is now the Dodgers' 13th ranked prospect, they acquire a 26-year-old third baseman who is major league ready. Neuse was originally drafted by the Washington Nationals in the 2nd round in the 2016 draft, who was shipped to the A's in the Jesus Luzardo trade. MLB Pipeline rates his arm, his hitting, and his power as his best tools. Neuse made his debut in 2019 and did fairly solid, hitting .250. Neuse is big league ready, and I expect him to make the team in spring training. As a Dodgers fan, though, I wonder if this trade marks the end of the Justin Turner era in LA. With acquiring Neuse and having Edwin Rios on their team, they have a suitable platoon that is above average at third base. And maybe I'm wrong, and maybe the Dodgers are retaining Turner, but there are no new reports about his negotiations with the Dodgers. If this means no more Turner, Neuse and Rios can still provide an above average platoon at third base for the Dodgers. And the last moving part of this deal is pitcher Gus Varland. Varland was the A's 28th ranked prospect and was drafted in the 4th round by the A's in 2018. While Varland is 24 years old and not extremely highly regarded, he could be a very fast riser through the system and a solid relief piece for the Dodgers. While losing Kolarek does hurt, I think Andrew Friedman and the Dodgers front office did a very good job in this trade. In other news, it was announced that the Philadelphia Phillies have signed utility man Brad Miller to a 1-year, $3 million deal. MLB Trade Rumors rated Miller as the 50th best free agent this offseason. Miller should back Gene Segura and Didi Gregorius. Last season, Miller played for the St. Louis Cardinals and slashed a solid .232, .257, and .451 line with good defense. Miller can play all over the infield and a little outfield as well. Overall, this is a pretty good signing by Dave Dombrowski, as he continues to add solid pieces in their division race with literally everyone in their division. Also announced today is that the San Diego Padres have signed free agent reliever Mark Melancon. Melancon, who is 35 years old, joins Drew Pomeranz and Emilio Pagan as closer options for the Padres. Melancon became a free agent after finishing up a 4-year, $62 million deal with the Braves that at the time was the record contract for a reliever. Last season he had a 2.78 earned run average with 14 saves for the Braves. While he isn't the famed reliever that he once was, he still is a solid option for the Friars. His velocity was the lowest of his career for the Padres, but hopefully they can fix it. He joins a stacked bullpen that has Pomeranz, Pagan, Austin Adams, Pierce Johnson, Craig Stammen, Tim Hill, and Taylor Williams. The contract details of this signing are not yet known. In another trade by the Dodgers, it was announced that they have traded reliever Dylan Floro to the Miami Marlins. In Floro, the Marlins get a 30-year-old righty reliever who can be one of their best relievers. In 3 seasons with the Dodgers, Floro had a 3.10 earned run average in 100 innings and a 1.33 ERA+. The Marlins get a solid reliever and someone who has a bunch of playoff experience, which is beneficial for the Marlins in their playoff race. Also, Floro isn't a free agent until 2023. Overall, this is a really solid addition for the Marlins. In return for Floro, the Dodgers are getting Alex Vezina and Kyle Hurt. Vezina was the 17th round pick in 2018 by the Marlins. He carries a 1.62 earned run average and he has great strikeout rates in 100 innings in the minors. This past season he made his debut and struggled in 4 innings, but that should be taken with a grain of salt. In Kyle Hurt, the Dodgers get the Marlins' 5th round pick in the 2020 draft. Many analysts view him as a future hard-throwing reliever. While the Dodgers did trade 2 quality relievers, this should be seen as just retooling by the Dodgers. They have guys who can replace Kolarek and Floro, and they receive solid prospects as well. And lastly, it was announced that the Texas Rangers have signed veteran infielder Brock Holt to a minor league deal. If he makes the majors, he will receive a $1.75 million contract. If he makes the majors, this will be Holt's 5th team to play for. From 2013 to 2019, Holt had a very solid run with the Boston Red Sox, even being an All-Star in 2015. Last season he struggled playing for the Brewers and Nationals, only hitting .211 in only 95 at-bats. Hopefully for Holt he can bounce back, as he could get solid playing time backing up Isaiah Kinner-Falefa and Nick Solak. If you guys have enjoyed this video, then please like and subscribe and tell me what you think of the signings in the comments section below. Thanks.